Hello, I'm Paul here. Today I'm going to be revisiting a strategy that I talked about on this channel. It's pretty profitable from what I've seen, and it works really well. Now, this is the 990.95, and it works very well. Basically, you have to set it up. Basically, your 90.95 is basically a line that shows you a major, a support level, and it either has to break it or it rejects it, and it's usually easy to find. Especially this works the best on longer time frames, and doing this on longer time frames. I don't like doing this on smaller time frames, but it still can work. There's different ways you can do it. So I'm going to set this up today. We're going to be looking at how to do it with crypto, and that we'll see how effective. I want to show you probably today. I'll show you how to do it on the hour, but I also want to show you how you can set this up and look at it on a weekly and know exactly when the bull market starts, when the bull market ends, and when the bear market starts. You can easily see that if you set it up with these moving averages. So let me set it up, and we'll look through a couple scenarios with trading crypto. Okay, so to set this up, it's real easy. You need to go to CM, EMA trend bars, and you want to click that 3 times. Now, what I do in these settings is I change it to 9, 90, and 95. And basically, what I also do in each of these is I turn off the bar color, and I adjust my lines accordingly. You can make it more thick, you can make it less thick, but make sure you have it with those settings. So basically, you set up your 990.95. Now, what I do is I have my 90.95 more thick, and the 9 is a little bit less thin. And then for my EMA difference here, I have it set to, so this is going to be, you're going to put in difference of 2 moving averages, and with the settings here, I have 9 and 20. So that's how you set it up. Now, it's very easy to figure this out. What you basically want to do in whatever time frame you want to focus on is you want to wait for that line to cross through the 90.95. So basically, you want to wait for your 9 to cross through the 90.95. This works best on longer time frames. So real quickly right here, I'm going to show you this on a weekly. It's important to note this on a weekly, because when you see the 9, which doesn't happen all the time, when you see the 9 crossing the 90.95 on the weekly, you pretty much know when it's crossing up, that's pretty much the start of a bull cycle. And when you see it crossing down, that will be the start of a bear cycle. So it's very easy to know that when we're going to go into our bull run and when we're going to go into our bear market, but we're just paying attention to when the 990.95 cross. So right here, what we can tell is we've been in a bull cycle ever since around October 9th. So when we enter our, it's going to do its parabolic run, it's going to get to new price discovery, and then it's going to come down. When it comes down and crosses the 995, that's when we will be entering into the bear market. So it will be easy to figure out when that is when you see the 9 crossing the 90 and the 95. So that's just for note right there for anybody that is going to be trading and wants to know when the bear market will start. These lines are probably not going to cross again until the bear market. And my guess is it's going to come down to about 60. See where it is right now, basically. So let's go and look at some trading strategies that you can do with this. You can look at this on the day. Now, you can try and find this on the day. And if you see the line crossing through the 995, you pretty much have a good trade for a couple days. Now, you do want to make sure that your EMA difference is also relating to what's happening with the lines. So right here we see a cross which basically means this one right here is where you would get in. And you also see your bright green here, so it's a match. You could ride this out for 8 days and be in profit. So right now what we can tell is it might start crossing the 9.95 to the downside again, but we'd have to wait and see on that. But the overall trend looks to be up. So what you want to do is you want to look for all the moments when the 9.95 are crossing. We see that moment right here. We also see a confirmation with the EMA difference that it's a good time to get in, at least for a couple days. And you would have made some profit going down. Now let's real quickly look at this on the hour. Now you go to the hour. It's the same thing. You basically have to wait for it to cross. Now the lower you go in time frames, the more risky this is going to be, because you'll be entering a chance of going into consolidation periods. So I recommend doing this on the hour at least, nothing less than the hour. But right here you see it crossing. So this would be a trade right here. You see it crossing right here. And you see it also with the EMA difference, so you know exactly when to get out. Right about there. Let's for another couple moments. So this is a downtrend. Now this happened when there's some news that came out which caused a lot of the prices to go down. So basically, when there's news that come out or things like that, or you enter a bear market, you'll be easily able to find the moments when there's going to be a big dump, because the 9 will cross the 90 and 95 right here. See big indication, you could just roll this whole thing out. And one thing I want to take note of, this is why I wanted to make this video to begin with, is basically if you go to the tip of the 90.95 and you go here to where it ends and you draw a line. Now you wait for the next hour to candle to come out. But if that 90.95 starts moving in the direction where it's supposed to go, you know that the trend is going in that direction. So in other words, right now we see it crossing up right now. And so I drew a line right here. So if I see the 90.95 going through the line I just draw, you know that the trend is still going to go up. If it's going to get weaker, the 90.95 is going to start curving down. And it's also the other way around. So if this was bearish, you want to see it go through the line that you just drew there. So real quickly, there's that. Take note of that. And also, what we want to do, and basically if you want to scalp this, basically we get the overall trend is going up right now. So if you want to scalp this, you can go to your 15-minute. You go to your 15-minute, you want to focus on all the moments. So we've identified that the trend is going up. So you want to identify all the times the 9.90. No, you could do this on the 15-minute, but me personally, I'll do 15 minutes. That's the lowest I'll do. But if you want to do smaller, like the 3-minute, if you do something like the 3-minute, you run the risk of going into consolidation zones, which I try not to go into too small of a time frame. But if you do this on the minute, if you identify that the trend is going up, you want to enter your trades every time the 9 is crossing the 90.95 on smaller time frames. So we see a moment right here, which this would be a quick scalp right here. This would be a quick scalp. See if we can find any more moments. There's a brief one. This looks more like a consolidation period, so you got to be careful for that when you're doing smaller time frames. But you also find some pretty good moments. Like we see it crossing right here, so you could have rode this entire thing out and have some pretty good profits. So you could have rode it out from when it crossed all the way from here, all the way up here and beyond, which this would have been some pretty good profits. So anyway, you can use this strategy, but the 9.90.95 is basically a blueprint. I recommend doing this on the hour. You probably get the best results by doing it on the hour or the higher time frame. So if you do the higher time frames like the day, if you do it on the day, you want to make sure the 990.95 is crossing. So if you do want to do this on the day, you would have to wait a little while, but your accuracy of getting some pretty good gains will increase with this strategy. So if you see right here, it crossed right here, you made some pretty good profit. See, then crossed there, but it crossed right here. You would have made some good profit on the way down. Crossed right here, you made some good profit going up. Crossed down here, you made some good profit going down. And it crossed right here, and you would have made some pretty good massive profits. So this works the best on longer time frames. So me personally, I'll look on the day. I'll see if anything's crossing on the day, and then I'll go to the hour. And if I look to see what the overall trend is on the hour, what the overall trend is doing on the hour, and basically what the 90.95 is telling me, which is it's saying bullish. So basically, if I miss any crosses on the hour, I'll go to a smaller time frame, like the 15-minute. But I personally won't do anything smaller than that, because the smaller you go in the time frames, the more risky you get into like consolidation periods and things like that. So I do think that this strategy works the best with higher time frames. But this is a very effective strategy, especially when trading crypto. So anyway, to make this work, all you need is CMA, EMA difference. You need to put in 9, 90, 95. Make your 90 and 95 more thick. And you just look at that 9 and see if it can find any crossing points. The longer you go in time frames, the more profitable you can be. When you look at this on the weekly and you see it, if it's crossing up on the weekly, it's the start of a bull market. Most likely, if you see it crossing down on the weekly, it's the start of a bear market. So I would look at this on the weekly. But for trades, for intraday, I would focus mainly on the hour and the 15-minute for scalps. But other than that, it works really well. The smaller you go in time frames, the more you risk the chance of just finding little consolidation moments. That's why I focus on longer time frames. But the strategy works really well. I am going to be going over the strategy again for the other assets. Other than that, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.